Raising women's voices, one story at a time. Welcome to the She Said Project podcast. I'm so excited to bring our next guest on the She Said Project podcast. Kerry, do you remember in 2018 when we wanted to build a program for teen girls to take them through a similar process to the women who share their stories? And that's what she said. And we built a program and we called it That's What Teens Say. And we found some girls in our community who had no idea what they were signing up for. And they came and spent an entire weekend with us. 3 days of improv games, creative writing exercises, and self-discovery. One of the girls from that first weekend is joining us today on the podcast, and I cannot wait to hear what she's been up to and what that experience was like for her. Thanks for joining us. I'd like to introduce you all to my friend, Nevaeh. Hello,
Hi.
my dear.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I kind of was going through a rough time, but now I'm kind of on my way back up and getting a lot better than I was in the beginning of that. So I'm good now.
I am so glad to hear you're in high school now.
Yeah, I'm a junior.
You were only in 8th grade when you
know.
joined us for That's What Teens Say weekend.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, time flies. I got younger. I don't know how that happened. But what have you been up to, girl?
Let's see. A lot of basketball, especially with this being my junior year, starting to get a little more serious. I mean, just hanging out, really trying to enjoy this summer before everything gets hectic with school again. And I got my license, so finally being able to drive around and hang with friends and stuff like that and traveling.
Sherry, do you get to watch the school play?
This is one of the greatest perks ever, is because that weekend was so special. It was special because it was the first one. It was special because I have glimpses and there are great pictures from that weekend and the girls bonding and sitting on each other's laps and being so open and being hilarious, really funny girls, but also willing to open up their hearts and share where they were in their journey. But then the greatest thing is, because I have a daughter who's a junior in this community and also plays sports. And every time I see the girls from that first show, I get glimpses of them, at a softball game or a basketball game or volleyball right after my daughter's team played their team in volleyball. And it just made my heart explode seeing these girls making their way in the world. And I'm all about team sports and that it translates into life. Are you a good friend to others? Do you realize that your behavior impacts the whole? And I see that with these girls, and it makes me so proud that I had the chance to get to know them.
So Nevaeh, you don't know, but every now and then Mrs. Rasa will send me a text photo, like if you or Avery are playing on the court, and she'll be like, guess who I saw today? And so we've been quietly checking in on you, but today we get to do it for reals, because you hold a very special place in our hearts, participating in the very first That's What Teens Say weekend. I would love to hear in your words what it was like to go through those 3 days with us. Good, bad, and ugly. Tell us all.
Well, at first I was very nervous because I didn't really know anybody coming in, or I thought I didn't really know anybody coming in. So I was a little nervous and I didn't know what to expect. But then, I don't know, it was just comfortable in a way. I trusted and I knew that I wasn't the only one who had gone through something in a way, or I wasn't alone, and that we were all going through it. And honestly, with the writing aspect of it, it opened up a whole new world for me, because ever since then, personal writing, I guess, has become a big piece. And when it comes to writing about my mental health, and I just became excited over the 3 days to keep coming back. It didn't bother me that my phone, was in a basket. It didn't bother me because I was excited, because at first I was a little like, I haven't, but it was worth it. I remember those bracelets. I used to just wear it and I'd look at it all the time. And it was just, I don't know, I felt connected or like a part of something. And it was just a safe place. So
you said, a safe place, a part of something. That's exactly what we were striving to create. I'm so grateful to hear that was the experience that you had. You were really bold and brave that weekend, because the very first night we broke up into small groups and we talked about what topics you might consider sharing as you wrote your personal story. And I was in your group, and I will never forget what you shared that night. You shared that you did suffer with anxiety and depression, and that you had had some really dark moments in the months before that weekend. And you chose to face it head on in your personal writing that weekend. I feel like we just need to share a clip from your performance. You wrote a letter to yourself from your bullies, anxiety and depression. And that became the story that you shared on stage.
Dear Nevaeh, I know you're okay right now, but it's my turn to come in. You spend your days fighting me, and your nights seem to just go on forever. You promised that you would never quit again, but I am still here. On the basketball court, your thoughts magically leave, and your best friend is always there to push you throughout the day. But I am still here. I am depression, and I brought my sister, the one you know well, anxiety, along. We are your opponents on the court, and we are here to win. You push away my presence of thoughts, but I am still here. We see you. We see you laughing with your best friend, making us more and more quiet. We see you taking pictures, calming your young brain from the frightening thoughts we give you to fight every day. We see you going and hanging out with your friends like we have never given you fear to just stay home in bed. You push us away like we were never here, like we're nothing. We know you. We know you have family. We know you have your days. We know you'll never quit and can still be happy. But most of all, we know you're a fighter. Love your closest friends and enemy, depression and anxiety.
It was powerful. It was so powerful to see you stand up there and face it head on and just share with the world something that teen girls don't talk about openly in these times. Like, I feel like we need to. I feel like teen girls struggle with anxiety and depression a lot more than we realize, and we need to talk about it.
I would agree 100%.
Was it empowering to own it and to stand up there and talk about it?
I mean, yeah, it felt like a weight was lifted off in a way. Just, I'm facing it. Here it is. Here's the problem. How are we going to fix it now? This is just another step to just fixing it. So it was relieving.
What was the response you got? One of the greatest things was when the show was over, seeing everybody's loved ones and people that had come to support you. And I saw, a coach and different people that were there, and they were so proud. What was the feedback you got? What did that feel like?
Well, it felt amazing to know they didn't react in a different way. It was supportive. They were like, wow, like, you have a way with words and writing, and this could really go something, like, you have a big opportunity and a light and stuff like that. And there's a lot of tears, most definitely a lot of tears. And it was just love, I think. It was just a lot of love that I had felt. And I don't know, it was just a different feeling. And like I said, I was relieved, and it was almost a way of me being able to express it to my family or to them, because I struggle with that in type of ways. So it was just, I don't know, a light almost. So
if I recall correctly, after that weekend, you posted some personal thoughts on your own social media about your experiences. And I think you used the phrase, I found my voice. And like that stuck with me so hard. Every time I talk to people about the That's What Teens Say program, to get them to, to participate, get their girls to participate or to build support, or we're growing into new communities, I tell your story, because your journey that weekend from depression and anxiety and the darkness to this 3-day process and standing up so proud and so full of love and finding your voice was absolutely magical. And I'm so glad to have this opportunity to let you know that, because you made a huge difference in us growing this program so we can do this for more girls. You made a difference for me in my heart, and I appreciate you so much. And I never had a chance to tell you that. I haven't seen you since that weekend, and I wanted you to know what an impact you've had on me since November 2018.
Thank you.
Yeah, now you know that you have like these, she said, aunties lurking around, watching your life and cheering behind the scenes for all of your successes and pulling for you.
Thank you.
You really do. Like, we have cheered you on and just appreciated, watching you grow. Where are you today with your anxiety and depression? Where are you at in your journey?
So let's see. I had a bump in the road about 2 weeks ago. I started experiencing what I thought was just stomach issues, kind of in a way. And then it just kept growing and I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything. And we kind of finally came to the conclusion it was my anxiety. And it took such a blow from it because one, I didn't know that anxiety could hit someone so hard because me with my anxiety, it had never hit me that hard. And so I kind of was at rock bottom at that point. But then I started therapy. I started medication. I started getting back on track with my basketball and stuff like that. And kind of it changed me in a better way. Like I am better now than I was before that. Kind of empowered me in a way. And I'm learning to take it face on and accept it. And I started journaling and decided that psychology was something I would love to go into for college and that I would love to continue. It kind of like blows my mind that there's, babies that are probably being born that I'm going to help in the future, that I'm going to take, you're going to need me in the future. So that kind of keeps me going. I don't know. I just feel like there's changes coming. So I'm getting better at just accepting that it's something that we deal with. And I'm trying to use my voice, on social media. I post quotes every day, just hoping I can reach to somebody.
Nevaeh, let me ask you a question. What would you say to any teen girl out there considering participating in a That's What Teens Say weekend?
Don't be afraid, kind of do it because you'll feel different. You'll come out feeling lighter and you'll feel change in a way and you'll feel connected to these new girls that I still have some of the girls on Snapchat. It's just something you'll never forget ever. And something that you'll be able to tell your kids about, it's kind of like a landmark in your life. It's just life-changing, I would say. I think so. And something you'll never forget.
Thank you so much, Nevaeh, for your time today, for your joy, your energy, your passion, your talent. Like you are a rock star who, you've changed our lives too.
Thank you so much.
Dear friends of the She Said Project podcast, thank you so much for joining us today for this very special episode. This is Jenette Jerzik, your host, with Kerry Rosso, my co-host. Kerry and I are actually co-founders of the teen empowerment program, That's What Teens Say. And so today we are very excited to welcome into our podcast studio one of the amazing teen girls who went through the teen program, not just once, but twice. Please welcome our friend, Izzy Gonzales.
Hi.
I feel like there need to be major applause and fireworks and, hula dancers. Izzy, hello, and welcome to the She Said Project podcast. It is so great to connect with you again.
It's good to connect with everyone else again, too. I've been missing you, that's for sure.
Do you remember this shiny face? Do you remember this girl and her amazing energy?
I do. And I totally cyber stalk her on everything because Izzy, you are such a bright light. If I ever need a little pick me up or I'm having a pity party about something and need to have someone who's a bright, shiny light, I just go look at Izzy's stuff.
Oh, Kerry.
You are just a piece of pie. So, all right. So tell us, what are you doing? Are we your first ever podcast?
Yes, you are. And I'm so excited. I've never done anything like this before.
But you are a performer and you are so comfortable being in front of audiences. I've seen you.
Yes, I am. Comes with my acting nature.
That's absolutely right. So you participated in, I think, one of the very first sessions we ever held of That's What Teens Say. And you were one of a number of girls who came and met us ladies for the first time. And we did some fun, crazy stuff. We played some improv games. We wrote and shared some stories. I would love to know what that experience was like for you during that first weekend together.
Well, going in, I was scared because I wasn't sure any of the girls were going to like me. So that was great, but that's just me by nature. But it was really great. It was such a good bonding experience. I still know some of the girls today. I still keep in touch with some of those girls today. It's unlike anything I've really ever experienced because I've never gotten to tell those stories. I've never gotten to tell those two stories that I've told.
I'm so grateful that we shared that space with you to give you that chance to share. Kerry, do you remember her story? It was called The Person Inside Me.
I remember everything about Izzy. I remember thinking the night before our first teens thing started, I had some friends say, are you sure about this? Like teenage girls, you're going to ask to spend with a couple of middle-aged hotties and share their feelings. And all of a sudden, then I had like 12 hours of panic. You know, what were we thinking? And who do we think we are? And I often think of you, all of the girls just proved that theory wrong, but you were so open and welcoming to everyone and open to share what your story was. Were you nervous at all? Did you have hesitations?
Well, yeah, of course, everyone has hesitations going up in front of like an audience. You know, it's just telling that personal story. You'll always have hesitations.
But you do it anyway.
It's better than not doing it.
You know what I think would be great is if we shared with our audience some clips from Izzy's performance, and then we can talk about what she shared that day. So for our amazing podcast audience, I'm so excited to share this clip from That's What Teens Say 2019. This is Izzy Gonzales and her story, The Person Inside Me.
What do you see when you look at me? Me or my disability? Do your eyes immediately go to my torso? Do you see someone who is as fragile as glass? Do you see someone asking for help? But that is not who I am. I'd like to introduce you to Izzy, or rather, the person inside me. I am the genie in Aladdin. I am a soldier in Mulan. I am Sharpay in High School Musical. I am a fairy in Into the Woods. I am Wally Webb in Our Town. I am an actor in Pestilence. I am learning ASL. I am a gymnast, and I'm here today, and I am your reigning Illinois Miss Amazing Junior Teen Queen. There are 2 days of competition for Miss Amazing. The first day of competition, I performed my talents routine. I sang Scars to Your Beautiful by Alicia Cara. The second day included meeting our buddies, interviews, and evening wear. When it is time for crowning, my parents and I thought that since everyone had been doing this longer, I didn't have a chance. It was only my second year. When I was on stage for my age division, they called my name. I was so shocked, even paranoid. After being crowned, I was sitting on stage in a chair, and I kept thinking to myself, is there another Isabella? I thought it was a mistake. Miss Amazing is a major confidence builder. Some people don't know any of these things about me because they only look skin deep. Yes, I can't run as fast as other kids, and sometimes I use my wheelchair, but I am a person who happens to need help every now and then. If you would take the time to get to know me, you would find out I am social, outgoing, and sarcastic. Thank you. I love to talk. I like to act and sing. I'm an advocate for equality. I try to help whenever I can. Thank you for getting to know the person inside Izzy.
You got really personal about your disabilities.
Oh, yeah.
And that takes a lot of courage. And so now that our audience has heard some of that, I'd love to know that very first time, that was before you had your surgery, you shared your journey with scoliosis as a young person, as a teenager.
It was about how people see my disability before the person, like how they see the wheelchair before the person in the wheelchair.
And everything that you've had to do to overcome that in school and in relationships and in theater and activities that you get to do.
Yeah. Even today, people will still look at my wheelchair, and I get that. It's a big thing. And even today, I'm still a little embarrassed about it, but that's just what comes with it, you know? But once they look at me, once they get to know me, they will see that I'm a hard worker. I am a person who is genuine. I'm not just a girl who has disabilities and can't do anything for herself. I do theater. I I just did the Kathy Murphy production of Driveway Cabaret. I just did that.
But you don't see obstacles, you see opportunities and you embrace them. And I think we've all fallen in love with you because of that. You show people like me and Kerry, that anything is possible.
I missed you too.
I'm just smiling. Like, I just want to follow Izzy around with a microphone.
Well, what's amazing is after she participated in one of those first sessions, every single time we launched a new weekend with new girls, she reached out, can I help? She volunteered to come to That's What Teens Say weekends and be a mentor and be an assistant and empower the other girls who were going through the process for the first time. That blew me away.
Well, yeah, I don't want those girls to be scared like I was, who didn't know what they were going to do. It's scary going into something new and you don't know what's going to happen, but I want to be there right by their side, not like holding their hand, but like guiding them along,
Yeah. You are sort of the picture, when I hear the phrase lift while you climb, you are that person. And teenagers, I think, often get a bad rap of being self-centered or whatever the stereotypes are. And I always just want to hold up a picture of the girls that have been in the show and how you guys all things like that, looking out for each other, helping each other along, supporting each other. It's an amazing gift that you give to everyone around you, Izzy.
Well, that's why she won Miss Amazing. She shared in her story that she was the title holder of Miss Amazing.
That year after coming out, I was the Miss Amazing title holder of that last year.
And you got to show it off and rock the stage in your tiara. That's my dream right there. I don't know if you remember, but you put your tiara on my head the day we were rehearsing the show. And I had a moment. I was like, could I be Miss Amazing for just a second?
Okay, everyone needs to have a moment with a tiara.
Girl, that is what you do. You share the tiara. You empower the girls with the tiara. You lend your tiara, figuratively and literally. Okay, I have just coined that. That is my Izzy Gonzales quote right there. You lend girls your tiara. It was perfect.
Just
I really
don't let your head fall too far down, Queen. Your tiara is going to slip off.
Snap.
What does the future hold for you, Izzy? What do you want to be next year, 5 years, 10 years? Queen, Mary, Mother, Goddess of the world, Empress. Empress? Is that a title we use anymore? Empress?
I mean, I wouldn't mind Empress. I'm currently going into my senior year in high school, so I'm going to be busy with that. Hopefully, I'm planning to get this project going up at my school. It's a thing for disabled kids. It's kind of like our mentoring system that we already have at our school, but it's an outlet for normal people, not really normal people, able-bodied people, to kind of learn more about disabilities. Not learn more, but see the person inside of them,
And what is your role with this program?
I want to get it started for other people to take over when I am done.
You're launching a program at your high school.
Well, I want to. We haven't started it yet, but me and my mom are talking about it.
Do you have a champion in the school?
We're probably going to mention it to my teachers because I'm friends with a lot of the SPED teachers there, special ed, and I hope we'll get that going in my senior year. I want that to be my senior project.
I think that's amazing. If there's anything we can do to assist or help you, if we can create an opportunity to invite the people who go through that program with you to be our special guests at teens events, That's What Teens Say events, so they can hear some more of these stories from teens across the community, that would be magical. Mm-hmm. We are here for you because you came and took a chance on us in a very new program. You're a rock star in this town. You are #CU famous, as coined by Estella Sammy. So Izzy, you are a regular participant in our local Penguin project, and I've been able to see you in a performance or two. Can you tell us about that experience and what the Penguin project is?
Penguin project is an amazing thing. It gave me an outlet that started all of this. It gave me my performing outlet. I didn't even know I liked performing until the Penguin project.
What is it? It's a special theater-based program.
Yes, it is a theater-based program that, to put it bluntly, helps disabled kids put on a play. And we call all these kids artists, and they always have mentors right by their side to like help them remember lines or just be their friend. Before the pandemic hit, we were doing it for 4 years. Wow, 4 years.
I know there will be more. I know there will. What do you want to do after you graduate?
Probably acting, but I'm also thinking about being a child life specialist.
What does that mean?
A child life specialist is basically a person in the pediatric ward of the hospital who helps kids feel better about their overall hospital stay. When a kid is getting an IV, they'll be there right by their side with toys and stuff to like distract them from the needles.
Did you have someone by your side when you were in the hospital?
Oh yeah, there are so many child life specialists that I've met in the hospital. I still know some.
I can absolutely see you in that role. That would be amazing to bring this love for life and this joy that you carry to children who are going through hard times in the hospital. That's a blessing. That is a blessing that you have.
Like, it was mostly just, I never saw a me in the media growing up. And I don't want other people to not see a them in the media.
Absolutely, Izzy. We want representation. We want inclusiveness. We want teen girls to feel the power. Can you imagine this world if every teenager grew up with body confidence and intelligence and passion and compassion? Like, this world would be an amazing place. I mean, it is an amazing place, but we have the power to make it even more amazing.
Can I say a little something about my second speech?
Absolutely.
It was talking about, yes, I go to doctors and I preach their praises constantly, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
No.
I just needed that story to be heard. I really needed it because something could have been done sooner, but it wasn't. And I could have been better sooner, but I guess that just didn't work out, I just needed that to be heard.
How are you today after everything you've been through? Are you in recovery? I don't know if that's the right word. Are you expecting any more procedures, or are you on the other side now?
I believe I'm on the other side now. I've been out of surgery for almost 2 years. And just a couple weekends ago, it might not sound like a lot, but I went into a pool for the first time, and I went on theme park rides for the first time in like a year and like a half. And that was such a great experience. And I was so happy. It might not sound like a lot, but it's something.
That's a big, big something.
Yeah.
I just want to hug you right now. I'm doing it. I'm hugging you.
I'm in your driveway. I'm here for a hug.
This was one of the best conversations ever.
Remember to be the person inside of you, and people who are genuine will like the person inside of you.
Thank you, my dear. Ladies and gentlemen, Izzy Gonzales.
Mic drop.
I'd love to thank all of our listeners for joining us and being part of this journey. This is Jenette Jerzik and Kerry Rosso with the She Said Project podcast. It is our honor and our pleasure to raise women's voices and give them a microphone. Thank you for listening to the She Said Project podcast in partnership with Illinois Public Media. All materials contained in the podcast are the exclusive property of the She Said Project and That's What She Said LLC. For more information on our live shows, go to shesaidproject.com. This podcast was made possible with support from Carl and Health Alliance and presented by Sterling Wealth Management, empowering women to live their best lives.